Peace, peace, peace to all the gods and goddesses of the planet. Peace to all the kings and the queens. Peace to all the princes and the princesses. Peace to all the high vibrational human beings. Peace to all the esoterics, entering the realm and just to raise their vibration and go through their trials and tribulations so that they can become higher vibrational beings in this, ultimate universe, galaxy. I always got to open up with the correct energy, just to bring in the correct spiritual energy, as well as, just giving gratitude to everyone who may view the video or catch a frequency from someone who watched the video, because the energy just transmutes and it translates and never dies. Because all it is electricity at the end of the day. So, if this is your first time viewing the page, welcome back to the welcome to the page. Thank you for subscribing to the video. Every subscribe, I definitely be appreciating. No matter what's the reason that you do it for, if it's because of whatever reason you do it for, I just appreciate you for being here, because you could have been anywhere, but you decided to come to this page, and I definitely appreciate you. And all my returning followers, thank you for coming back again. I have the most loyal fan base on YouTube, so we're going to continue to just grow and just have the correct foundation for as we grow towards spiritual enlightenment as a mass. Because you resonate with my frequency, you are definitely part of the 144,000 angels that came down to fight the war, the spiritual war, and also keep the frequency high amongst those who may still be asleep and still may be wandering souls, not necessarily knowing the purpose or what they're necessarily here for. And that's what the universe put me here at this particular time, because it's a certain amount of events that are happening right now, as far as one of the 1,000-year ruptures, which is actually happening every day throughout your life, whether you know it or not. Is a battle between the good in the universe, which when we mean good, we mean immortal, and when we mean evil, we mean mortal. And currently we are mortal beings, so we can do evil things. We are capable of doing evil things, and that's something you gotta know. Mortal, evil, immortal is good. That's why God is good, because he is immortal. It ain't so much the things that God does, is a state that you're in. Good is a state. It's immortal. It's being able to live forever. Certain things that, and not so much live forever, but exist forever. I mean, we consider living is just this experience that we're having currently, which is right now. And since I just seen 333 on my time as I'm scrolling, as I'm doing the video, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into one of my wonderful subscribers asked me a question about synchronicities and stuff of that sort. And I suppose what better time to answer the question than now. And if you do have any questions or anything that you want me to ask the ancestors or ask the Most High, then please do not hesitate to ask me those questions, those comments. Give me that good feedback, to keep me driving towards it. And I can't say that about my subscribers. Y'all do leave a lot of likes and y'all leave a lot of comments, and I definitely be appreciating it. And that definitely drives me to want to do more and want to continue. And, even though, see, with the mind, it doesn't really know what's going on outside of here. You're using your senses. Your eyes are not even part of the necessarily brain. It's an extension of the brain to see what's going on. Because the brain don't necessarily know what I'm doing right now. It don't know that I'm talking. It's just sending out waves of patterns. And these patterns can either be patterns from a high vibrational place, or it can be vibrations from a lower vibration plane, because it can be, like I said, we are mortal beings. Well, we are immortal beings living a mortal existence, living a mortal time, and living in a mortal timeline. So even though we are the infinite, we don't sleep, because we come from a being, a spirit that just never sleeps. That's why when we go to so-called rest, and we just go to another place, because there is no rest, and the energy never rests. It's always moving. Even when it's in place, the spin of on this axis is movement. It's necessarily not. If you're looking at it from the top, you might think that it's not moving, but if you know that it has a rotation, everything in the universe has a rotation. So nothing ever is at rest. No energy is ever at rest. It's electricity. And when you think of these things, these quantum things, because it's things that you can't see with the physical eye, but you have to quantumly know that it's happening. See, quantum is the things that you cannot see, so you have to know that these things are happening even when you feel like they're not happening. This is how a flash can phase through a wall. They call it phasing. Phase through a wall. You raise your vibration up so high that you can, that your atoms in your body separate so much that it can go through particular atoms that may seem to be solid, because air is flowing through these. The sun is, photons is coming through these walls. Regardless if I could close the blinds, put a curtain over the blinds, light is still gonna come through the walls, because it's at a frequency that can phase through things. It's going straight through the walls, it's going straight through us. And unless your body can capture this light, then it's just gonna continue to go through. And that's something you gotta know. We are from the endless beginning and the infinite ending. So just know that even at the beginning, it took so long. It's an infinite beginning, and the end is gonna never come, but it's gonna be an infinite ending. An infinite never ends, so it's never ending. The never ending story. Some of the gems, because in the beginning, when man first seen himself in the water, that's when the desire started. The mirror was the start. Seeing the physical being was the start of the fallen man, because desires is what keeps you here. Desires is what's caused death. The desire to not so much have things, but anything outside of yourself and your spiritual soul, because that's what it was all about. We were put here as seeds in order to grow to a spiritual. You could just spiritually do it, but then certain angels and things of that sort, they didn't want there to be more angels, because we were creating more angels, we created more spirits, we were creating, what we were told to do, multiply, create and multiply. That's what we were told to do, and that's what we're doing. But everyone in the heavens didn't agree with that at the end of the day. So that's when the fighting started. Because we're doing what the Creator said do, and people don't want there to be more competition, because they remember that it's always those who remember at the beginning when it was only a few, versus once we grew, the family grew and grew and grew. Some people don't want to see stuff grow and grow and grow. They want stuff to stay the same and at rest. And the universe was never based on something being at rest. It was always part of the growth. So once this battle happened, this being came down to here, basically to prove to the higher up, which it was all connected, obviously, because all they did was come down. They didn't have to do no certain type of things. All they had to do was come down. So when they came down, because it was already part of the heavens, it was part of it's like school. First grade is just the same as 12th grade. It's still in the same school. It's just different levels. It's still in the heavens. It's just at a lower level in the heavens. So you were able to graduate, but it's like somebody saying R&D people are not available, so they got to stop at 12. They can't come to college. We're not allowing them to come to college no more. They're not worthy of learning college information. You know, it's just the same thing. Because they get jealous because someone could try to take their professor spot, and maybe they don't want nobody to ever come. Be able to raise their levels up to try to take the professor spot. So we're going to cap them off at 12th grade, so they never have even a chance of ever becoming a professor. I'm going to show you that they're not worthy. I'm going to go to their schools, and I'm going to stir up stuff so they don't even apply to the school. Just put it in a different perspective for people. So whenever he doing this, people from the college is like, nah, you ain't finna do that. So they basically having a battle right now. So basically, angels from this higher realm also came down here to protect and to keep the vibration high of the people who are down here, because he came down here, the energy came down here, that angel came down here. All, however you want to describe it, you could put a name on it, however you want to do it. The devil, all of them, they came down here to basically, because if you think about it, love and it's a thin line between love and hate, but they both not something that you supposed to because that's still desires. If you love in something, you obviously desire it. It's not so much a love for the universe, it's a being at peace with the universe, being at balance. If you love something or if you hate something, it's two extremes. So you have to be at center, at balance with it. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day, balancing. We use too much of the just imagine if we did 50-50 subconscious conscious. Imagine the difference that it would be just in the universe. Right now we only using 10%, some people not even using that. You have to, it's like you never updating your phone. If you never meditate, you never do these things, you're not updating your phone at all. And if you say you don't have time to update your phone, find some time. My iPhone be telling me every day, update. And that's why I can't see some emojis now. Because you don't have the update, you don't have the tools that it needs so that it can show you what it needs to show you. So it can present things that to you can see in blank because you're not updating your system as frequently as you need to. That's why once you get so behind on the update, like I said, you can't see it. It'll just have a question mark of what is that? Like, it don't even know what to place there because your system not updated to even understand that new information that's coming through. That's why some people get left behind in the spiritual and they don't be able to capture these frequencies that's coming in. It's going to raise your vibration so that you can go to these higher realms. The point of this whole thing. Instead, they worried about something else that's probably lowering their vibration. Because if you're not learning something or if you're not educating yourself, then it was a waste of, because you are living in your not living at the same time. And I forgot what theory this was, but basically this man put a cat in the box, and the cat in the box is dead and alive at the same time. It's all about who's viewing it, because different timelines are going on at the same time. So in one timeline, the cat, you can open the box and the cat could be deceased. In another timeline, you can open up the box and you can see that the cat's alive. But without them opening the box, they did scans on the box and it was both dead and alive at the same time because nobody was viewing it at the time. And that's how you know different timelines going on, overlaying each other, because for something to be dead and alive at the same time, that means it has to be something that you're not seeing that's really there. We came from the cosmos, and then we came into this body. The body came from the cosmos because the body came from the elements. So the elements had to be created first, and what the elements do first, it created the planets and stuff first. And then on the planet had to inhabit the body. But the people who were creating these planets had shapes, and we were created in the image of the God. We were created in His image. So when He created us in His image, that's why we came out to being like this, these beings. And when we seen ourselves, we fell in love with ourselves because we are the most majestic things in the universe. So how can you not fall in love with the most beautifulest thing in the universe at the end of the day, you know? So I kind of, in a way, I understand where the desire came in, what's actually seeing ourselves. But we seeing ourselves from the elements that the gods gave us. So it's like, was we not supposed to bathe ourselves and clean ourselves? Or I feel like we was just destined or bound to eventually see our reflection, and especially with from the elements of water. If you just go back to the elements, fire, water, earth, air, and plasma energy, if you just go back to the elements, if you see something, if this your first time really just seeing the most beautiful thing, you're going to have that desire too. But also, with having that desire and seeing yourself, you want to see that physical self in that state all the time. But the physical body, even if it lasted forever, it was still going to go through changes. Even if it took forever, because it still was a mortal being at the same time. So you have the desire to see yourself at the same standpoint, instead of seeing yourself grow into what it was really supposed to be. That Godship, and go back to the oneness. You have, like I said, you got your earthly body, which is human. And when you're in this human body, you can only reincarnate as humans. And I feel like I'm gonna have to stand on that one, honestly, for a minute until but I don't really feel like a human could really reincarnate as something other than a human, because once, at least gods, God beings, you can't vibrate. You can only go to a certain vibration. That's what you came in as. And that's part of like just universal law. Only human souls can be in humans. Like, can't no other being be inside it. If you was born to be that, then that's what you was born to be. You used to keep coming back as that until you figure out until you complete your cycle. Because we first manifested it. Because know that we came from the same elements as the planets. We are all the elements. We manifested the stars first. Then you vibrated a little lower, then you go lower, until we manifested into this being. But first you have to go through. That's why when you see what planets you came from, with stars, you are made of these things, because that's what created. That's where we came from. Most of these elements is what helped create you. That's why we are above the cosmic framework. The cosmos, the planets and the suns and the planets, the stars, the moons, and all that you see at the nighttime. You are above all that, because you come from that which created that. But we didn't get lost in seeing our reflection. That's a desire of seeing our own reflection of ourselves. When you look up there, you're looking at yourself, because you were made of the same stuff that made that. Something you gotta know. But with those frequencies and those see how I jumped around the ultimate question, which was, but sometimes you gotta do that though. 111 and 888s and things of that sort. And there's more. You can see 144s. You can see it's a whole lot of actual synchronicities. 222, 338. it goes all the way up, and it only gets more understanding as you study more, as you study actual synchronicities more, because each number throughout the day means something different. Each number throughout the day means something different. So these are different angels and angels of light that you're dealing with, because the sun makes an arc over which, if you look into the arc, then you don't know it's arc. So this arc of light that you see every day is basically happening inside your mind every day too, because the outer is just a representation of the inner. And also, a lot of stuff can be scientifically proven that is in the Bible, which is kind of, it's miraculous, but it's just something that has to be studied from different points of view. You can't be stuck on one point of view and study the Bible or anything, because it's different. When it was written by certain scholars, and these scholars knew different, mathematical systems and things of that sort, that if you didn't study and do that thing, take certain positions, then you wouldn't understand it. It was kind of like the Egyptian stuff. The information was, available to those who knew. So basically, when you're seeing these synchronicities, it's basically your brain giving you guidance, because like I said, this arc is happening inside your mind. So when this light is hitting these certain neurons throughout the day, you can actually tap into certain neurons more. That's why if you have a particular time that you like to meditate, you can always, direct your energy to that angle of light, that angel of light. So that will help you manifest with them, And you can, like I said, it's angels throughout the whole day. That's why it's a certain amount of angels. And if you had to put a number on, I bet it was around, because actually that light come up around, like, it's infinite angels. Like, everything is infinite. So even if they give you like this Michael and Raphael and all them, it's infinite. Every second has a new angel. Every millisecond, every quantum second has a new angel, because we infinite. It's an infinite amount of angels, because we multiply. We multiply and multiply and multiply. So just know everything is infinite. You probably can never count the amount of angels that there actually are, but we only selected a few out of all of them. And those were the ones who was more at the beginning, because it was going to take people from the beginning to be able to face the devil. It couldn't be some new angels to come try to face the devil. So we the OG angels. If you came down here, you one of the OG angels. If you incarnate and do these certain things, reincarnate, then you one of the OG angels, and you most likely one of the descendants of one of those. But you just have to figure out which one. Let your intuition guide you, continue to guide you, and it's gonna tell you through those synchronicities when you on point and when you headed in the correct direction. And just pay attention, because the thing that you've been thinking about the most is what the synchronicity is leading to. Let's say you've been thinking about a promotion or something like that, and you keep seeing 333 at first. That's letting you know that you kind of getting there started. Then you see the 666s, and then you start seeing certain signs. You're like, oh, okay, the boss telling me, I'm hearing about the promotion, I'm hearing about certain things now. Now you see the 999, and all of a sudden, now the boss at your desk, like, you want to, try to qualify for this new promotion, or you want to try to take the step towards your new promotion. That's when, it manifested itself. And that's just part of, like, the synchronizations that be happening. But you just have to know where you at in the manifestation, and have your focus on not so many things. That's why you also have to calm your mind down so you know what's actually coming and what you're actually manifesting. Because sometimes it could be letting you know that it's something coming up that you need to be at peace for, at balance for. Because I seen the 144. I was going to tell you I just seen it. I seen the 144 and then I had to have a talk with the people. I'm like, oh, Lord. But that 144 just gave me the energy, that spark of energy that I needed to go up, because it was something that was finna try to, my angels just let me know we with you type stuff, and don't spaz out. Stay calm, we always with you. That 144 popped up the perfect time. I seen that number. And sometimes you just have to know what the 144 mean. And it just comes with understanding and studying and, learning yourself basically, because like I said, everything is just a reflection of yourself. As it's bouncing off, it's coming back inside of your mind. It's coming from your mind. So you have to program your mind to only want to see good and do good. And what is this good? That immortal. So just know that you're immortal. You have an immortal soul, and an immortal spirit. So just know that you're immortal. Everybody don't have the soul and spirit, but you do, because you've asked a question. So you're obviously seeing the synchronization, which means that the angels are speaking with you. Angels don't speak with everyone. They might have a certain type of angel speaking with them, but the angels that you've seen because of that, it's a certain particular angels. And like I said, let them guide you and just stay on the path to enlightenment. And shoot, stay grounded, of course, family. But with that being said, I'm gonna get on up out of here. But peace to all the guys and guys to the planet. Peace to all the kings and queens. Peace to all the princes and princesses. Peace to all the guys and the goddesses. Continue to strive for success. Continue to learn. Continue to grow. And like, this is the season of, harvest. And so it's time to finally receive those things that you've been meditating for. All those things will come into. They receive the life, the spirit from the universe, and they are now presenting themselves in your vision, in your reality. So just keep your eyes open and pay attention. I say, peace.